Smoke and Mirrors. This episode brought to you by Deja Vu. Deja Vu. If you think you are seeing the same joke in the runner today that you did yesterday, well, it's not your imagination. That's actually happening. Sorry. And now, here's the song. Damn it. One thing's for sure. Ain't none of us gonna get out alive. So while I'm still kicking, I'm gonna keep kicking it too. Shit. I practiced that before. I had it. Hold on. I got a different song. Here we go. Let me see. Oh, ABC. Easy 1, 2, 3. Okay, except he wasn't being molested then, so that's okay. It's fine. It doesn't even matter. Okay, whatever. Hey, here they are, your invenerable hosts, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. There we are. Now we know we're here. Hello. Hey, Precious. Thank you. I'm glad that you found that funny and not humiliating. It was supposed to be funny. I meant that. That was on purpose. Let's see. Hey, do you have a warm bevy? I'm supposed to ask you that. Do you got one? Let's replenish my fucks here. Dear Lord. So Mercury's in retrograde. That means everything is imperfect, as we all know, those of us who believe in things like planets and the fact that we live on one and that maybe they have sway on us because we are made of water. And so Mercury's in retrograde, and so things are all a little messy. I was really hoping that my eyeliner would be here by now. It's not. So I feel like my face is half done, and that is a feeling to be seen by the government as 3/5 a person and have your face half done. Hey, the Collective Evolution series is on and kicking right now, and there is a whole nother week of sessions, week or 2 weeks. I can't tell time anymore, but you need to go to subduction consulting.com and go ahead and sign up and register for things. The next thing is going to be presented by Steph. I believe this is true. And then after that, it's going to be Melodia. It's going to be brilliant. There's the stuff. Tracy's showing it to you. I'm showing you the next scene now, which is to let you know that on Monday, October the 22nd, I'm going to be here with Danny Cornejo. Danny Cornejo, who is not Danny Boy, as I said yesterday, because I'm an idiot and I read bio as boy. Sorry, Danny. I'm really sorry about that. We fired the people who did that. Danny Cornejo is going to be blessing us with their wisdom and with a bit of music on Monday, October the 22nd. And guess what? On the 27th of Tuesday, I'm going to be here with Tabloid, who is Makeup Goals. Let me tell you something. This is a person who knows their way around an eyeliner hunty. Also, one of the funniest comedians that I have the privilege of calling a friend, and I am looking forward to that conversation. I always like having conversations with people I'm a little bit scared of. It's good for the blood. Hey, do me a favor. Would you say Monday is the 26th? What's that mean? Yeah, and Tuesday is the 27th. So everything is correct about that. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate you. What you doing? I don't. What? I'm putting it on the screen so everybody knows what I'm saying. I'm not screwing that up by myself. I'm not going to get embarrassed alone. I love you. Hey, is this a thing that you like? Do you care about this? Are you part of this community? Would you do me a favor? Let's widen the community. Widen it out. Just widen it out. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. And the way you can do that is by sharing this. You could share it. You could post it on your page. You could start a watch party. I don't know what those are, and I'm scared of them too. But maybe somebody you know likes them. If they do, you could do that. Under the tree, we call that passing the J. And what else am I supposed to tell you? Oh, yeah, if you want to drop 5 on it, you can do that at the Venmo, at the Cash App, at the PayPal. Venmo, Carlos-Wyndham, Cash App, $CK Wyndham, PayPal /me, CK Wyndham. It is the Wyndham, like the jazz label, not like the hotel. Don't spell it with a Y. Lastly, if you want to be one of the cool kids and hold your very own Carlos Wyndham trading card like our guest and friend Dom Jones, all you got to do is join the patrons as have Ruthie, Erica, Amber, Aaron, Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renesa, Michael, Natalie, Julia, Tarika, Tracy, Tarika, I know I'm saying your name wrong. You told me something and I didn't understand what you were saying. Please correct me again. Venus and Jen. All you got to do is go to the Patreon, Smoke and Mirrors, CCB. That means comedy. That means culture. That means bullshit. You can go there. I don't know what you are saying. Kelly, let me clear this up for everybody again. On Monday, this Monday, coming, Danny's going to be here. A week and a day after that, Tab is going to be here. All right, we're all done being confused now, but that, it's on brand. It's Mercury. We said the Mercury, the retrograde, not even playing around. I am serving lip realness. Thank you for noticing. Tab. We'll get into people who may not notice all of my gorgeousness in our conversation. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe it just makes them very uncomfortable. I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well today. We're not usually here on Fridays, as you know. That means that there is a guest in the house. So if at any point I am called over to deal with pastry and what's happening over at the food section, that's my job. I made it with my balls. It's my responsibility now. So you just got to deal with it. You just got to deal with it. That's just what it is. All right, let's get into it. We're under the tree today again. The world is turning to whatever the fuck. I hope you vote. Please don't be a dummy. Do it. I hope you are not following the wisdom. I don't know. I'm flying fast and loose with that one right now. Of Ice Cube and 50 Cent, and I'm assuming the whole of NWA at this point. So I hope you're not doing that. Today is Friday the 23rd, Monday the 26th. Oh, the dates are all fucked off. Dear Lord. Look at that. Okay, I see it. All right. Okay. Producer's talking to me. Kelly's talking to me. Monday is the 26th. All right. Okay. All right. So Monday. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go back. We'll just, you know what? Look, I can't fix that now. I would go back to the top. Danny. Damn it. I said your name wrong. I gave the date wrong. Is this live? Are we doing this? Are we on? We're on? Okay. Danny is going to be on the 26th. Danny Cornejo. I know that's his name. It's gonna be on the 26th because the 22nd happened already. Hey, my next guest just got in a car accident earlier today, and now they're on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Erin Wallace.
Hi. Thanks for that intro. That's something I wanted to share with everybody.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm not going to be out here fucking up by myself. Are you kidding me right now?
That's fair.
Dear Lord. Oh, Lord. How you doing given circumstances, love? How's everything?
I mean, such a loaded question. I am corona fine, as they say.
All right.
Uh,
Who says that? Who are they? Who says that? I want to know.
Nobody says that.
I hear.
I'm fine.
People say.
I'm excited about Sunday is what I am. And nervous. I'm excited and nervous about Sunday.
Excited and nervous about Sunday. Well, that's good. We'll talk more about it. I'll bring it up on the screen right now and let people know that what we're talking about is that on Sunday we are going to be releasing our album. It is a live stream. We would love to have you there, and we'll talk more about that later. Well, or now, because you're excited and nervous. Talk to me about nervous.
There's something about, we've had to completely change the way we have shows and we share music with people. We're, as you know, doing this show with a limited in-person audience, just a couple of selected guests. So we're not like literally performing into a void, but then there's hopefully going to be, tens of people watching on the internet.
Tens of tens.
I'm aiming high. But yeah, so you're just like, you're kind of performing into space, but we'll have each other. And I'm excited to finally get this album out. The original release date was May. Yeah. And that, May is over.
May is over. When was it supposed to be over first? He said, was it April? It was April, right?
Easter. All gone. Just magically gone by Easter.
Magically it's gone. So that's been successful. That's been working out pretty good. Hey, Erin Wallace, you play a lot of music, and you tricked me into being in a band.
That's lies. Straight lies. You know that's lies.
Okay, we'll get back
there. That's slander. I will not have it. No,
okay.
I'm just kidding.
All right. We'll get back to that.
I may have.
How did you find yourself playing music? What brought you to that as a creative outlet? Have you been playing your whole life, or what's you sound like it? You don't sound new to it.
When I was a kid, my mother was convinced I should play the flute, and I didn't want to. And I was like, well, obviously I want to sing. And if you haven't picked up on that, I don't know where you've been. So I started singing lessons when I was 11. I started doing like show tunes, classical, opera, became a total theater nerd. Musical theater nerd. You know what I'm talking about.
Did you see wait, hold on. Okay, so what was your, hey, look at me, I'm a nerd move? What was your thing? Did you was it like theater clothes stolen from wardrobe? Was it like stolen bowling shoes?
Oh God. I had multiple fashion identities growing up, and they were all kind of extreme. Yes. I went through a phase where I made a lot of my own clothes. Mm-hmm. Not very well.
All right.
So I was like hippie. I was a skater chick at one point. I never went full goth really, but I had a lot of, but another thing you should know about me, but you already know, everything about me.
I don't know if anyway. Let's see.
I went to a private girls' school, and I had to wear a uniform. You didn't know that?
No.
I had to wear a uniform. You went
to a private girls' school, like a Catholic school, or what kind of a private girls' school?
It wasn't a Catholic school. So I grew up in Canada. I went to a private girls' school. It was Anglican, sort of, which is this, British religion, British Christian religion, but it was really mostly secular. But we wore kilts and like big clunky shoes and ugly blouses and the whole thing. Oh yeah, it was a lot.
So was
So my
that
big
that was
rebellion
all through high school?
all through high school. Yeah,
Wow.
I
Elementary as
know.
well? No.
Started in sixth grade, and then the
Jesus.
high school started in seventh grade. So I was the yeah. It was like
No
really my
way.
whole. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's garbage. I'm so sorry. I
I
didn't know you were
mean,
in a conformity
I'm fine.
factory.
I'm fine now. I'm fine
Okay,
now.
you're recovering. You're here. I'm talking to you. It's okay. All right, so you went to that horrible school and you wanted to say, you bless their hearts. Who was the worst teacher? Call them
Oh
out. Let's
God,
say their name. They're dead now. Fuck them. What's their name?
they probably are. I can't think of like. I only. This is going to sound really Pollyanna, but I only remember the really great ones. I know. I'm sorry. I
You're such
know.
a fucking
I'm
Canadian.
Canadian. I can't help it.
You've seen
I,
this show, right? Like that's not what we
we
do.
had an
We're
English
not like
teacher
I had a
named Miss.
great childhood. That's not what we're doing.
I'm sorry. I'll try and dig up something traumatic in a second here. Sorry. We can talk about that when we talk about songwriting.
Right.
No, we had an English teacher named Mr. His name was Mr. Timberlake. Everyone called him Mr. T. He was pretty
Okay.
rad. He had a tattoo, which because he was in the British Navy, I think. Anyway, he was pretty cool.
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
So was there a
Yeah.
theater department there, or where were you doing?
There
How were you theater
was
nerding
actually
out?
the theater teacher didn't love me. I'm gonna say the theater teacher didn't love me. She thought I was too big for my britches. She didn't say that to me, but she thought I was like. I thought that I was all that,
Well,
which I was obviously. So.
well, listen, I just, quite honestly, just had a very recent experience with that. It's one of my least favorite things in the world. I don't respond well to people trying to put someone in their britches. Do you know what I'm saying? Keep someone in their britches.
Everyone should be out of their britches.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
britches.
Beyond
No britches in
britches.
2020.
We're moving beyond britches.
We're beyond britches.
That's not what we do here. That's not what we do here. Right?
Beyond britches sounds like a underwear store.
It is a new underwear store. It is a new underwear store. So we have a question in the chat. I'm going to address it very quickly, and then we're going to move on. I'm getting a dare I ask a question from somebody who found themselves blocked on my personal page. That would be a bit trolly right now. If you would like to ask a question, the place to do that would be smokeandmirrorsccb@gmail.com. I will answer you in complete. I will answer you in full. Right now, no. Thank you, though. Appreciate you. Moving on. So what was it about songwriting that ended up speaking to you? Because you were talking about your ventures into being trained from the age of 11. Was that was with both on school and private teaching?
Those private singing lessons. I did choir. So here's a little bit. I tried to do choir, but I was always too loud. So I did not last very long in choir. It was not the place for me. And then when I was 14, my dad gave me a guitar for Christmas. And I taught myself how to play guitar. I took a couple lessons and I mostly taught myself badly for a long time. And that's when I started writing, was when I had a guitar in my hand. Guitar is definitely not my primary instrument by any means, but it facilitates my songwriting. And that was what really unlocked for me the ability to put words and music together of my own making.
Well, there it is. And as you did that, like what were you discovering on the insides of your guts?
So for me, so as you may ascertain from me having grown up in Canada with socialized medicine and going to a private school. I had a pretty
Police with sticks.
yeah. Um, I had a pretty great upbringing. Like I don't have a lot of um, I don't draw from a lot of uh, darkness, and there is nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm a very fortunate person. But what really speaks to me is human emotions. So despite the fact that uh, uh, I have a very lucky life, and I was raised by parents who always demonstrated a lot of gratitude about the world they lived in, and that was sort of like what was ingrained in me as a kid. Um, what I write about is really about a feeling. And so I'll start with one feeling, and then I kind of explode it from there. And I often just write a narrative around a feeling that gets me started. So it's not always exactly true. The emotions are true, the feelings are true. The narrative of the song that I'm writing is not always true. Which is funny because I think that songs that need to start with something true. And for me, that starting place is really the feeling that got me there. And it can be like an instant. It can be one concept, like LA is Burning, for example, which is a song on the album that we're releasing this weekend. The chorus came to me. I was flying into Los Angeles, and LA was on fire, as we might remember from a couple of years ago. It was like December, I want to say 2018, maybe. And so
right around
we
the
were
beginning of when we got regular fire seasons, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's been one long fire season since then.
Yeah.
I see what it seems like. Yeah. And so we were circling LAX. We couldn't land because they were having issues with smoke. And so I'm circling around, and the noise of the plane and the smoke and the chorus, LA is Burning, just came into my head. And I was like, well, I'm not going to write. I could write a song about a city being on fire. But what I did was I was like, well, what would interest me about that situation is a sort of cinematic, you put human drama into this very sort of visually cinematic situation. And so what about an emotional breakup in the middle of all of this? It's like human catastrophe in the middle of physical catastrophe. So it sort of started with a concept and then grew from there. And that's how my songwriting really works. One tiny idea, and then I sort of try to build onion layers around that. I don't think I was writing songs that were quite so complicated when I was 14, but
I don't think any of us quite were. I don't think any of us quite were. So as you were doing so I'm completely unfamiliar with this. I'm not even quite sure how to frame it then, right? Because you're talking about you were doing why were you writing songs from a place of joy? Like help me get it. Because you're saying you weren't doing it to escape, right? What brought you there? What pushed you there?
So in high school, I went to this private all-girls school. I was this like radical feminist environmentalist by their standards. I don't think I was all that radical in hindsight. But I was in that world, I was definitely an outsider. And so I think in some ways I didn't have any allegiance to social norms, or because I could just do my own thing. In some ways I felt unfettered by the fact that I already didn't check the boxes of the world that I was in from sort of a day-to-day basis. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of older friends who were in the environmental movement at the time. And so I hung out with a lot of older people, like in their sort of late teens and early 20s, because we were doing a lot of activist work together, which exposed me to a whole different world. In Canada, the drinking age is 19. So you can get access to a lot of musical events at an earlier age. So I did get exposure to a lot of stuff. Um, I think there was some element of escape because I'm writing around these emotions and I'm putting myself in these imaginary places. I think, looking back at myself as a songwriter in my early years, I was, putting myself into fictional situations, imagining a world that was bigger than the one I was living in. Sometimes it was joy, sometimes it was sadness. Sometimes the emotions were mine, sometimes they were ones that I imagined other people to be having. I don't have a lot of songs that are they're general or they're specific to an emotion, but I don't think I hope that they're accessible in the sense that there's a universality to them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, one of the things about the songwriting that you do is that it does plug into that emotion in that way, right? Um, what is that song I bullied my way onto?
Oh, Now Is All I Need.
Now is all I need. Yes. When y'all get to hear that one, it is. I had to get on it, and I didn't have a choice. Like I heard it, and
I
the
didn't have a choice either.
no, you did not. I gave you a choice. I said, hey, I just
No,
I wrote this. Just maybe check it out, please. Thank you so much. No problems. That's how I approach art. No problems. Whatever you feel like, I don't,
I didn't have a choice after I heard your verse. How about that?
Well, I appreciate it. I can be a little bit of an art bully, but as I heard it, I mean, it was one of those things that is resonant to the soul in a way, and speaks to longing for what cannot be true, and wishing that moment could be captured forever, or that thing could be captured forever, and whatever the genesis, right, of the emotional state of that song. I don't know anybody who has had an experience with whatever love is who doesn't resonate with that emotion. Do you know what I'm saying? When
That makes me feel good to hear it, because that's kind of it's not literal to my daily life, but like you said, everybody has had some exposure to that feeling. And even if it's not a romantic relationship, there's all kinds of circumstances in your life that will leave you with that feeling. So sometimes a song sounds like it's a love song or a breakup song, and it's not even really about a romantic relationship. It's, it's about the feelings that situation gives you. Like I have another one, I Don't Owe You Anything, which I always joke about and say it's not a song about a man, it's a song about the man, because it's really more my feelings about capitalism and, working in a situation that isn't necessarily, soul fulfilling or whatever. It's sort of breaking up with a life that no longer serves you. But it sounds like a breakup song, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, no, I mean, no. I mean, I love that because, and what made me think of it is that story, right? Like I know that song in particular is a song about wage slavery, and in particular about your circumstance from the perspective of like having a boss is the worst, right? It doesn't matter who your boss is. Have to, if you are a creative person, is not a thing that we love if it's not going to make art or result in something like that, right? So that for you to get to that place and be able to write that song made perfect sense to me. Going back to the other song, because I do know it's not your life. Do you remember what the genesis of that was? Because it's brilliant.
Thank you. That song is, it's one of the first songs I wrote in 3/4 time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally just playing. Sometimes people ask me, what comes first, the lyrics or the music? For me, sometimes a section will come almost together, but the music almost always informs the lyrics. And because the other part of my songwriting that's really important to me is there's an element of wordplay. And I'm very particular about the rhythm of words. Like if I hear a pop song on the radio where they put the emphasis on the wrong syllable of a word to make it fit with the meter of the song, it makes me insane. And so I'm very particular about the way words and music fit together. It's kind of a puzzle. My dad and I used to play Scrabble, and my dad he would love the thing where if you put a letter like in the hole between that made by two other words and you end up with like 4 words in every direction, like that, even if it was less points than playing some big long word, he would do that just because it was
elegant.
artful.
Make it elegant.
Yeah. So like artful elegance, right? So so that 3/4 time, like it really brought out, and that the chords were very minor and sort of, it had this very intense feel, and I just kept playing it over and over again. That song wrote itself. So I don't have like a one touch point for that song. I very much remember sitting on my bed just riffing on these chords over and over again. I was like, there's something really intense here, and it just kind of came out.
Nice.
Which is a great feeling. It doesn't happen all the time. You can't rely on that.
No, that's the sweet spot. That's the thing you're looking for. That's the thing you hope for. Real quick shout out to Raven. I see you out there on break, writing in from YouTube's. And shout out as always to Kristen, who is here from the Erin fan club. Just give us some love. Just give us some love. Let's put it on the screen. And that's much appreciated from both of you. Thank you very much. Hey, Kristen and Sandy, thank you so much for the gold belly. Thank you so much. Having some delicious pastry up around this place right now, all the way from New York City. So thank you for the birthday gift. Birthday gift. Wow. Are we recording this? Like no one's looking, right? Okay, good. That would be embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, no, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So why did you immigrate? Why the fuck would you leave Canada and come to this shithole country? What made that happen for you?
Yeah. Well, in my defense, it was the 90s. It seemed like a good idea. I know.
Did it though?
No, I didn't know. Well, so here's what happened. I quite randomly ended up at Reed College for undergrad. So I moved here in the 90s to go to Reed. I finished up at Reed. I stayed for a year and taught preschool after I was done because I didn't know what else to do with myself. And then I met my husband that very summer. I was going on to go to music school in Boston. So I decided to go to Berklee College of Music. I did not get a degree from there. I went for 2 years and ran out of money. But
honey, Robin Williams went to Juilliard. He didn't graduate. I mean, that, you know what I'm saying? Robert Redford went to CU Boulder. You don't have to graduate to claim the fame.
Well, and it's not like a degree is going to, show your degree at the record label and be like, now you have to give me a contract. So anyway, we moved to Boston. We moved back. It was sort of by accident, but it really was because I came here to go to college. And now my poor mother binge watches Rachel Maddow and panic texts me about how I should move home.
Bless her soul. She's not wrong.
I know. I'm torturing this poor woman. I know. And now I literally can't even cross the border. So Here we are.
You're not even allowed.
No. Sure can't.
This is it.
No, they don't want me anymore. And I don't blame them.
You're a dirty American. You've been infected. Children and things.
It just gets, it gets a lot harder to think about moving once there's kids in school, and I keep saying, Mom, America needs me now. But eventually I'm just going to give up on y'all anyway.
Right. Listen, we have how many, what is it, 10 days? Like, America may give up on itself. We'll find out. It's like, it's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. This is like this spot between Infinity War and Kill the Thanos Man. I don't know the names of the movies. I loved them. But yeah, no, this is not a good time. It's not a good time. Um,
Yeah, I quite literally never imagined that we would find ourselves. I mean, I don't think anybody did. And I blame some of my ignorance on the fact that I grew up in a different country with a different political system. But we're being shown all kinds of ways in which there's holes in the system that just relied on people doing the right thing. And
well, we've been knowing. I mean, what was somebody watching right now? Kelly says that you chose this during the Clinton Bush era, and that for folks of color is just like why would you why you don't want to come
I
here?
knew I knew so little. I knew so little. I was 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
18, white, went to a white school. White schools do that. That's what
All
they
these.
do. They do that to everybody.
When I
Uh,
moved from, and you and I met doing equity work in the school that our kids both went to. That's how
tis
we met.
tis
Um,
helping youth escape from the whiteness of the white school.
and I, yeah, I mean, I moved here from Canada. I moved, unbeknownst to me, to the whitest city on the West Coast, and then I went to an incredibly white college. What I didn't know was astounding and alarming, and uh, came in waves. Let's just say.
Right.
My ignorance just smacked me in the face over and over and over again as I went through life in the U.S.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean it is astounding the way that it works, and while I know you hate the dragging of Canada, let's be honest. Canadians,
Drag
they
away.
were not like white people who just popped up all over what is now Canada. Those folks came from a place, and there were natives there. So whiteness is a it's a global disease. It's a global disease, if you will.
It absolutely is. Yeah, so spoiler alert, we also have racism in Canada.
What?
What? No, it's
What?
shocking. Yeah, it comes in all different flavors.
I wish I could bring
I
up a
you know I think
shot of Justin Trudeau in the blackface as you say that for
oh
people to
god.
see. It's a
That
beautiful
was
thing.
oh, so that was I kid you not, that was when he worked for the brother school of the school that I went to. So if that gives you
Yay.
any, yeah. Oh yeah. I was in
Yay.
Vancouver. Yeah. It was
Yay.
not it was yeah, anyway.
Charles points out the whole world. Absolutely. It's one of the white supremacy, one of the greatest exports of the United States, as we know. Hitler based how he would do the internment camps and the incineration camps based on what he learned in the United States. Well, I guess I'm trapped here too. So we're number one.
Yeah. So here we are, and we
So here
can't
we
go
are.
home.
And so we started fiddling on the deck of the Titanic because that is what you do. The opposite of hate is creation. Let's make something pretty for the people. And we have, hopefully. I think the record is going to be dope. I'm looking forward to the release quite much. Quite
Me too.
much.
It's time. We've been working on it forever.
It's overtime. It's going to be beautiful. It's on time. It's on time. There's no such thing as overtime. It's on time. It's going to be wonderful. Going to be absolutely wonderful. So you did all that. We met doing the equity work. What is it? And I always wonder this, and I've asked you this before. What is it in your life that happened that would make you do such a thing? And I'm asking this because you come from this place of safety that you talked about, and moving to a place of becoming a full-blown race trader, if I may. Congratulations as well, by the way. Um,
I try.
you do a lovely job. You do a lovely job. To become a race trader from the place that you came, what was it, an event? What was the process of unlearning that got you to the place of action? and somebody who could be trusted because I had to test you.
Oh, you did. I know you did.
I did. I did. It wasn't an all at once. All
No,
y'all
I know.
motherfuckers who watching this right now going, how, what, how? Just trust. It didn't happen all at once.
I think it's a series of events. I have been, so I actually attribute some of it to the fact that I moved here from another country. And obviously, there's a huge cultural influence in Canada from the US. We had American television, and, we lived 30 minutes from the US border. Like, I was watching Seattle television stations when I grew up. So there's a lot of cultural influences. And I think,
Oh no. Are you serious? I think she's on Canadian internet. Oh, there she is. Hello. I see you
oh,
looking in
did
the
I,
corner of
oh
my eye.
no, did I,
You froze for a
am I
second.
back? Okay.
Yeah, you definitely back. The last
It's,
thing you said is that you think, and then you froze, and then I stepped in, but of course I was stepping in with a big old mouthful of smoke, so it was useless to everybody. What were you saying?
all right, let's try that. So I thought
Take
moving
two.
to I thought moving to the US there would be a lot it would be a lot more similar than it was, and I had some serious culture shock when I got here. And
What
I
fucked
think
you up?
there's some values that are just a part of paying higher taxes so that everybody can have better social safety nets, and uh, things that are more community minded, and we put a little bit more trust in our systems in Canada, and I feel like as a result in each other.
Yeah.
Like I said, Canada has its own brand of racism, but I moved here and was like smacked in the face multiple times by what I didn't know, and I hated the feeling of being ignorant. It was awful. I hated the notion that I might hurt somebody by saying something stupid, which I did plenty of times. I said all kinds of stupid shit before I, started to do the work to educate myself. Um, I have been blessed by some very dear, close friends who have taken the time and caring to share experiences with me. And I sort of figured the least I could do was meet them with at least that much energy and love and care, and put a little bit of work into it myself. But I say all that knowing that I am nowhere. I'm still like a baby on this journey, and there's no destination here. It's all just active work all the time. So I get uncomfortable when you use words to describe me that I won't use myself, because I feel uncomfortable ascribing any sort of title to myself in this work. But it just feels important to me because, kind of like what I was saying about songwriting, the way people feel is very important to me. And so I have people in my life who are very important to me, and it would be devastating to me to know that I'd ever done anything to hurt the people of color in my life who are like who matter to me. So that work it's vital, and it happens without question. It's not an option.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so one of the things that you talked about is doing a lot of your own homework, right? Absolutely. You also talked about not taking on some like titular notion of like, so now I'm whatever, right now, and I understand that, and I want to be clear, because I don't be giving white people no motherfucking cookies, and it's
Mm-mm.
not gonna start today. Okay, is that when I say race traitor, right? I look at people whose active life is about betraying the tenets of white supremacy in what they do, in with who they surround themselves with, because that is an active choice when we live in an apartheid state, which is the United States, right? And so if you are actively seeking relationships with black folk, which is quite frankly the only way The only way, my Frank, that you don't have there, right? That is one of the things I wonder about. Like, what? How did you get to the place of like, yeah, 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 no, no, no. I want to be friends with these folk. This is who I want to talk to, and so I'm gonna do the extra work to make sure that happen. Like, how did you get to that place? Because that's a level of bravery that one, God bless, because any other white person bothered me 3, 4, 5 times asking me to go have coffee. I'm like, what the fuck are you do? What do you want, Dianetics?
I You make me sound like a stalker. I prefer to think of myself as irresistible. Um,
Ah,
but
it wasn't. It
I'm
was
trying to think back.
irresistible. It was irresistible.
I'm I'm goddamn adorable. Um, so I'm trying to think back. It's funny. We always used to joke. So I had a really tight knit group of friends and is it the pastries? Is
See, I wasn't on screen for a second, and so I was trying to help you out. But Erin can see me, so now this is distracting.
Oh, I can see
You
you.
can
I'm
have
sorry. I broke the
all the.
metaphor.
No, 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 no. This is good. The Hollywood magic is gone. When are we gonna be done? When are we gonna be done? I don't know. I'm gonna say, give me like 20 minutes or so. You know. What do you? What? Might be 25. Director says might be 25. 20, 25. I know. Good thing this isn't live. We'll be able to cut this out. Don't even worry about it. It's all good. No, it's live. Yeah, right now. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'll be back there. You were
So
saying?
oh yeah. So I'm thinking back to college, like when I first moved here, and I looked, I had a very tight knit group of friends who happened to be, three of the like five people of color on the whole campus were in this group with me. And we always used to joke that like every time the campus photographer showed up to take pictures for the brochure, they'd be like in our faces because here's this like lovely diverse group of students sitting on
Right,
the
right.
front lawn or whatever.
Looking
Um,
like a Benetton
and
ad in the 19, what would
yeah,
it would have been the 90s,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
We were great marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have a great explanation for it other than a couple of things that I can think of, which is hands down, some of my very closest friends are people of color. Those individual people had life stories that were fascinating to me. They had ways of looking at the world that were similar to mine. We just vibed. The other part of it is that being a musician, I am constantly working in trying to work in deference to the musicians who created the kinds of music that I perform. So I'm in a jump blues band. I have at various points in my life been in a ska band. The work that we do is obviously has some hip hop elements, definitely has some blues elements, has some soul elements. Like all of this music that I do, the practitioners that I've worked with have largely been Black and Brown people. And so I've just had the honor and good fortune to work with some of the best people in the music world. Going to Berkeley, there's a large Black student population there. It's really just the circles I found myself. I don't have a great explanation. I was just drawn to awesome people. I don't, and
Right,
apparently
right.
I stalked them to go get
I like
coffee.
I like rhythm. I don't know. I like people who smell good. I don't know. I don't know. Reasons.
Reasons. I mean, the best reasons. Yeah. I don't have a great explanation. Just
I
I
like
love humans.
I like those explanations. And again, the reason that I press and the reason that I pressed even when we met, and I am aware that it goes deeper than what you are saying. And I know that there is that it goes deeper than what you are able to say. There is perhaps a bad girl identity that does things, and knowing that you maintain in your daily life, the daily life that you do to uphold a family, to do so in a family that challenges the gender dynamics of patriarchy, right? You out there grabbing bags. You out there grabbing bags, girl. Ain't nobody mad at that. And
I wish that was true, but yeah.
it's bag. Listen, when somebody feeding 5, 6 people at a time, that's bags. That's bags. Okay.
All right. No, you're right. You're right. I'm very lucky.
With a place to live, all the shit, health insurance, bags. Bags.
Yes, I.
Right. And to still, not only still, but to be focused in the ways that you're focused, to apply the unearned and undeserved privileges that you spoke of, and to take that positionality to ensure that you are both deeply immersed in the cultures, and that you are doing what you do in a way that does not negate that, right? Like, you could have gave a real Daryl Hall answer, sounded real Paul Simon just then, said whatever the fuck, and you know, there are different ways to approach whether or not what you're doing becomes blue-eyed soul. We talked about this, right? Like, just given what we look like, it could become a corny ass Tuck and Patty of the fucking of the aughts, and you know, we ain't doing that. We're of the 2020s, I guess. I'm so bad with time. Hey, Danny, we know your show is Tuesday the 26th, Monday. God damn it.
Monday the 26th.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Danny. Monday the 26th, we're going to be back here with Danny Cornejo on Monday the 26th. Whoever that asshole was who was telling you that it was the 22nd, what is that? What the fuck sense does that make? That's over. It makes no sense. Going to be Monday, this coming Monday. Please be here. Danny Cornejo is going to be here. I know their name. I know their name. Music's good. Would you like
Music's
to give us?
good.
Would you like to give us any of it? That would be lovely.
I could do it. Yeah.
Would that be okay?
You know, I just happen to have a guitar right next to me.
What?
I know.
What?
It's crazy.
That's crazy. Hey, the guitar that you're pulling up onto your lap, with that looks like a thing that might be used at this event that's coming up. It's the Wallace record release. The album, the name of the album, you're looking at it on the screen right there, is And We Ride. This is the new album from Wallace. The release is October 25. That is this Sunday. I know those dates. Jesus Christ, such a fucking asshole. Why couldn't you just write it down? Just write it down. That's what all the other people who do this shit do. It's ridiculous. All right. Going to be happening on Sunday the 25th. Hope that you will join us. It is going to be a live stream. And now, please give it up for Erin Wallace.
I only miss you in the morning when I'm lying here awake. I only love you when it's over, when there's nothing left to break. So what if you stay? What if you stay? What if you stay? What if you stay? This time you never promise. I never shed a single tear. And now the morning is upon us. And the emptiness is here. So what if you stay? What if you stay? What if you stay? What if you stay this time? All this time. No such thing as no hard feelings. You already know. And I won't tell you how I really feel if you say so. Love me like you mean it, even for a minute before you go. And if it's real, I promise you will be the last to know. So what if you stay? What if you stay? What if you stay? Oh, this time. Oh, this time. Oh, this time.
Y'all, come on now. That is Erin Wallace. You guys, don't be fucking around. Don't be fucking around. You know what it is. You see the album cover right there. We're going to be doing this on Sunday night. That was brilliant. Erin, thank you so much for blessing us with the performance, with the conversation. Thank you so much.
You are far too kind to me. You have embarrassed the shit out of me. So
good. That
thank
is
you.
the goal, and appropriately done. And as I said, there are no cookies for white folks. If there's any acknowledgement of work that is being done, it is because there is evidence. And I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying to any white folks who might be so inspired, because Erin already knows this shit. What you do today, motherfucker, ain't about what you did yesterday. I don't give a shit who you walked with. What you do today. Today. There is no tomorrow. Yesterday don't count. What the fuck are you doing right now? And let me tell you something. That one right there, I'm looking in the wrong direction. Watch this. That one right there is like newscasters. That's a real motherfucking one. Erin, thank you so much. This was brilliant.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you.
Hang out there. I got to say the goodbyes to the people. Erin Wallace. Please do be there. Again, this is going to be Sunday night. The album is called And We Ride. It's going to be a good time. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for those who have made it this far with us today. Your patience with everything. I appreciate your allowing me the space to be a parent. I truly do appreciate that. And an extra special shout out to apparently my absolute number one fan, Carlos Morales, who will find me absolutely anywhere. So thank you for that. Thank you for loving me so much. It matters. It matters. If you see me, I see you. And it is nice to have the rent space in your head because rent is getting high. This has been another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. Yay, we did it. We did 5 days. We're probably going to do 3 next week. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. In the meantime, if you'd like to see what we're doing, You can go have a look over at the IG. That's for the Insta to the gram at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. Smoke and Mirrors CCB. Smoke and Mirrors. Call Carlos a bully. If you push him up against the corner, the claws come out. Grrr, I'm that kind of girl. Also, you can look at Twitter at Caballo Negrito. And for real, and honestly, no harm, no foul. It really is love, and I do appreciate the interaction. If you do want to have an honest and genuine interaction with me, I am more than willing to have a conversation with anyone who would like to have one. It will not be about exposure. It will not be a one-way thing about screenshotting. If you really, really, truly want to have an engagement with me, I am more than happy to do so, and you can do that at smokeandmirrorsccb@gmail.com. And I say that absolutely genuinely. I also say this absolutely genuinely. I use this platform in order to elevate voices of primarily women and femmes, essentially most primarily black and brown women and femmes. On occasion, those who have proven that they are able to stand to the fight. And when I am highlighting those folks, that is not going to be the time that I'm going to engage with people who might have an ill feeling toward me, who might have a bit of upset. I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I am truly, truly, truly open to the dialogue. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of my soul. This is what my voice sounds like in sincerity. I'm even going to put myself to everybody. That's me with the album, which looks like I'm advertising something. That's not what I'm doing either. This is me. Okay. Truly, you have a little thing to say, not a little thing. I don't mean to belittle. If you have a thing to say to me, right, and you really do want to engage, please do. I really am willing to engage. I'm not trying to shunt anybody. I also only have so much space to do that kind of a back and forth with folk, and doing it publicly is not. I don't believe in the tool of debate. I don't think that it serves. I don't think that it's good for us. I don't think that it's about trying to find the truth. I think it's about people trying to prove other people wrong or prove themselves right, and to cheer for their team or their laundry or whatever it is. And for me, it's not about contest. I'm on a quest for freedom and liberation and truth. And part of that is not being open to certain energies and certain platforms, right? But again, that doesn't mean that I'm going to pretend that we don't all live on one planet together. We do. So please, truly, honestly, genuinely, feel free to reach out. I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to end the way that you wish it will. Okay. I'm not going to pretend that, but I am most certainly, if you really genuinely ask me, and I say this to anybody who does, if you've asked me more than twice, I am willing to tell you anything and engage with you about anything that you wish to from the most genuine place. So know that that's true. And that's true because I care about the community that we're building, and I care about your ability to have health in your world, and that goes for each and every one of you who would be watching this. I thank you so much for being part of the community. Please do me a favor, and would you take care of yourself, take care of each other. Do not go outside. If you do, wear a mask. If you're not gonna wear a mask, just at least stay 15 to 25 feet away from people. I don't know what you're doing. The Rona is still alive. When you go inside, wash your fucking hands. It's not that hard. Also, the Muslims were right. Wash your hands 5 times a day, because otherwise you're disgusting and you don't want to be a barbarian. And we say all of this. Why? Because we love you. I love you. See you next week. Bye-bye.